Mr. Charles. How are you doing today?
How are you, Lee? It's great to
Um,
be back on the How You Doing Today show. The
yeah,
great Lee
yeah,
Kirsten show on YouTube coming across the digital airwaves. And I am your man on the couch, Charles Traynor, and this is
yeah,
the great Lee Gersman. And this was an album he picked. So go ahead
yeah,
and tell us all about it, Lee.
yeah. This is the group Fat Mattress.
That mattress, which I thought was some Lee Gersman
Yeah. So
solo
now,
record.
who wants to get the first track?
Damn, we're moving right in here. What are
I'm,
you
I'm,
gonna
I'm,
say
I,
when it
I,
rains?
I'm kidding with that. Yeah, yeah. This is Noel Redding's group, and for those of you who might not know that he was with Jimi Hendrix, he was with Jimi Hendrix, and then so
Hey, can I interject? Oh, great one. If
yeah,
you don't know that Noel, I mean, the real Noel is named Noel Gallagher, but Noel Redding was in the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Just go ahead and unsubscribe from this channel. You don't know shit about rock and roll. Of course, I knew. And once I went to Apple Music and I saw, oh, yeah, it's in the Noel Redding group. I just call him Noel. Fuck it. That's the best pronunciation. But you are right, great one. He's with Jimi Hendrix normally. But this, he hadn't left Jimi Hendrix left yet at this point, I believe, Lee.
all right,
Not quite. It was close.
but yeah,
he hadn't left just yet.
yeah, and he did an album with them, and then he also did some other tracks and then record more stuff. And then in the middle of that album, I don't know if he left right away, but he left, and then he did a group called Road, and then he did some stuff under his own band's name. So he has done various stuff. Road is a you would be interested in Road.
Yeah.
It's you know how this album, even though we haven't talked about it yet, it's different than Hendrix.
Yeah.
Well, Road is different than this. So you get a multifaceted idea of what he can do. But it's interesting, and
But who are some? Do you know some of these other guys in this group? You know of their work?
Well, I found out that Neil Larson, or one of the guys in there, he was Pat Cahill, who I remember his name, but I didn't know that he was him. So that was interesting. But other than that, it's mostly
Not really. Yeah.
it's mostly just people who were known for this. And
well, they're all this is an all English group except for the last track, and we'll talk about that when we get to the last track. And there's a couple guest appearances when we get there. And one of them was English, and the other one wasn't. But I didn't hear of any of these people other than Noel Redding. Yeah. And I love me some Jimi Hendrix Experience, goddammit. And if you don't, you are stupid.
And I had this album.
Fucking God bless you for that. So let's get into this one.
I only paid about maybe $1 for it.
And you know what? That's what I paid for What's the Story Morning Glory, which was better than the Verve album, and it changed my life. So we have that in common.
And then I also bought their second album. That one I paid about $4 for. So I splurged a bit. But anyway.
Well, but $1 was a better purchase, I believe.
I believe they were both good. They were both good. Anyway, all right. Fat Mattress.
I would do the second one. I'll give away a spoiler. I would do the second one. Okay.
It's equally good. Okay.
All Night Drinking.
All right. All right, Fat Mattress. Who wants to go?
I'll go first. All right. All Night Drinker.
What do you think of All Night Drinker?
Fuck yeah, dude. Total groove out here, man. Psychedelic goodness right here. I'll even let that damn flute slide on this. They're Jethro Tull heads. It goes well with this song. And I noticed Noel Redding is on guitar on this album, which is interesting. It makes sense, because he was a guitarist before the Hendrix Experience. And like, no way was Jimmy going to say, you know what, Noel, go ahead and I'm going to play, you go ahead and play the guitar. I'm going to play the bass. It's Jimmy Hendrix still. But he went back to his original instrument. Makes sense. This is a solid psychedelic rock song, man. I dug it. All night drinker, Lee. Fuck yeah.
All right, I put, this song still sounds good to me after many repeated listenings since I first had it, and I don't get burnout factor. And that's probably because the band doesn't get too heavy, even though they sound like they might want to, and something is holding them back. This song is like Atco's version of Jethro Tull and the Moody Blues. It's a good opening song. Okay, now for I Don't Mind. This in parts sounds like something the Monkees could do, and a little bit of it sounds like they snuck in Baden-Powell to add a little bit of flamenco guitar. But the rest sounds original, and it's a good song. Still, the band sounds like they could want to rock out more, but they realize they don't need to, and still keep the song sounding good. It's like a band with restraints, but the restraints work. What do you think?
Great minds think alike is what I think, because this song almost sounds like a monkey song. Which, hey man, I got no issues for me, man. I dig me some monkeys. Check out the channel. We did Monkey's Head, and what a great album that is. We get Noel Redding on lead vocals here, and he does a decent job. I'm just blown away. This resembles some latter-day Monkeys. And that does it for me. More people should have done their own take on the Monkees. That would rule. And so does this fucking song, man. We are cooking with Crisco thus far, I must say.
And I would not have known that, but I saw someone else's critique and mentioning it, and so for all these years I didn't even realize it until now.
It sounds like some off Monkey's Head. It's fucking great.
But I didn't realize it until now. Anyway, the next song. What do you think of Bright New Day?
This is a mellow, chill out song, and has some damn fine acoustic guitar work going on. I really enjoy the riff played on this one. This one would make Simon Garfunkel blush a bit, because the acoustic guitar is that good on this track. That's what makes it, as the rest of it, it's a bit stock sounding to the era. But the guitars are the stuff I really like here. So while not as cool as the previous two, this does have a certain charm to it all of its own.
Okay. This doesn't feel like it needs to be heavier. They made it the way it ought to be, and it sounds like a song Ray Thomas from the Moody Blues gave to them, and they decided to do it, but trying to make it non-Moody Blues-ish, and only halfway succeeding. It's a good song and it jams a bit. I dig it. I like it better now than when I first used to hear it. All right. Now for Petrol Pump Assistant. This time, the band rocks out like I thought they were hesitating to do on the first two songs. They do it to a song that structurally has more in common with pop like Penny Lane, but it works greatly with the rocking way they do it. They give it the proper treatment, and the song is enjoyable because of it. I like it more now than when I used to hear it back in the day. What do you think?
That might make sense based off my review of the song. Because you were like, this is the first time I heard. Our singer, Neil Langdon, whatever his name is, could have moonlighted as a Davy Jones tribute singer. Very reminiscent, but yet he has his own voice at the same time. It's one you would have to hear to get it, I suppose. But overall, this song seems to be one of those wacky songs that was maybe inspired by a Quick One era by The Who. And something about this sounds like a Scooby-Doo throwaway. like those early seasons of Scooby-Doo with the lame songs. It's okay,
yeah.
but it seems like a throwaway. Nothing fantastic. They're just trying to fit into the era here. Maybe in time I might like it more because I will listen to this album again. I promise you that.
Okay. What do you think of Mr. Moonshine?
Well, thankfully not related to Mr. Moonlight, which is the worst Beatles song of all time. This one reminds me a bit of Traffic, another great band of that era. Well, in parts it does, more so in the verse and less so in the chorus. It's almost Traffic meets the Moody Blues here. And I haven't a clue what they're talking about, but that's okay. It's certainly better than the Petrol Pump Assistant at this point. And I think Landon's vocal work is better than Redding's here. And I really like this one. Great marimbas. It has the hallmarks of the sounds I'd go for. So it was a good track here. Definitely better than Mr. Moon fucking Light.
Yeah. I think that probably lyrically they were in the woods and they met a guy, and moonshine refers to whiskey, and they just want to get drunk with him. Anyway, very cool song. I've always wanted to get very drunk when I heard this, and I never seemed to ever get quite as drunk as I had wanted to get, which is a sign of a good song. And the last part where they rock out more makes the song even better, as if Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones told them to beef it up a bit, and they took his advice. Quite good track. All right. Now for Magic Forest. This is, in the beginning, like Jethro Tull with the Moody Blues, but then changes to mostly Moody Blues when they rock out a bit and add Dave Davies from the Kinks to do some lead guitar lines. Quite a cool song. What do you think?
I mean, is that Hobbits in the beginning? I mean, I haven't
Probably.
a clue, man, but yeah, whatever that weird talking was, and I sound like hobbits talking. I haven't a clue. I mean, they were smoking some good shit, obviously. Yeah. Another wacky song about magic forests, and not a clue why this was a thing back in those days.
It's because they just wanted it to be.
Yeah, I guess it went good with the copious amounts of LSD they took back in those days.
Right.
Musically, musically, it's a yes for me. Lyrically, no thanks. I don't get into fantasy songs, but that's me. It's just weird songs about what goes on about in the magic forest with non-school lyrics. So if you like that, that's your jam. But musically, it's cool. Lyrically, not my thing.
All right. What do you think of She Came in the Morning?
I believe we get some harpsichord here, and I love the sound of that. This is a lovey type of thing here. Lots of psychedelic feelings going on, but all about that little thing called love. A hallmark of the era, and way my hallmark of that era. This is way more like it for me on this one. Stay out of the fucking magic forest, please. This can rub elbows with latter-day Beatles for me. She Came in the Morning.
Yeah. Very best song on the album. The last part before the song closes is okay and doesn't harm it any, but it's superlative and not needed. But this is one great song, I'll tell you all that. Okay, now for Everything's Blue. This is a pretty good straight-out rocker. It's the best of their straight-out rockers, which aren't many, but this counts. It feels blue in color, which is cool too. What do you think?
This one has like a great little pace to it. It swings right along. Redding's guitar work is great here. I love the little breakdown with the keyboards as well. I mean, isn't it as fantastic as Hendrix works? No. But for this album, this is a great little track here. This one jams quite a bit, so actually, yeah, man, Everything's Blue is all right, man. This was a pretty groovy track, actually, dude. I loved it.
All right, what do you think of Walking Through a Garden?
Written and sung by Noel Redding. Absolutely nothing you'd hear on the Hendrix album in this track. This is a dainty little track, and I like his vocals quite a bit. The song sounds a bit, though, lyrically like a first attempt at a song, which actually works for it for me. But it's far from a Bob Dylan track. It's a decent little song here, but not one of the better ones. Oh. Uh-oh.
Well, I put...
Yeah, bracing for impact.
This sounds like something I could have written with my bandmate Mikey Hansen back either in 1976 or 1977. It has a melody that he could have come up with. But since this song came out before I worked with him, I'll say it's a good catchy song that I do like. It would be a cool song to hear while walking through Inverness in California. It has that vibe. And don't worry, back in 1977 I was about 10 years old, okay? Or 11.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So if you want to interpret that as it sounds like a song an 11-year-old would write, well, you're not wrong. Anyway, now for the last song, How Can I Live? Okay. This sounds like a song I could have written, and I mean now. It's quite cool. I'd say it might not be the second best song on the album, but maybe the third. It's very good. What do you think?
Well, I suppose this is the main event as we get Mitch Mitchell on drums and Jimi Hendrix on percussion.
Wow.
Would have been recorded a bit before Noel Redding bounced from the Experience, so it makes sense. No way Hendrix would be on the next album. No way, because they left acrimoniously. But we close here with something that is okay, but it wasn't anything that the Beatles or Stones hadn't already did. It reminds me of a cousin of the Stones track We Love You, or anything off Titanic's Majesty. Is it offensive and terrible? No, but just derivative. But I will say, though, overall, this was a solid record and showed me there was more to Noel Redding than met the eye. And it was worth a listen, especially if you have any appreciation for the Jimi Hendrix Experience, to hear what the incomparable Noel Redding could do on his own. So I am thankful that Lee sent me this, because this is an A- album for me.
All right.
So there you go. It's better than the fucking Verb.
Yeah.
Not so good as What's the Story Morning Glory.
No,
but
it's better
a really
than that.
Fucking great album. It's a really cool album.
It's
So
much
there you
better
go.
than the Morning Glory thing.
But not better than Dig Out Your Soul.
No, it's a little tiny better than that too.
Let's plead the fifth. Don't go that far. We don't want to talk about that. But this was a good album. I really appreciated this one. And I really thought this was a Lee album based off the weird name. But it went on to my Apple and I was like,
well, I do have
this
a
is
weird
something
one
else.
that I want to do with you.
We will. No problem.
All right.
But this was a fun album. It was a good album, other than the Scooby-Doo track, and just watched a couple of the early years of Scooby-Doo. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And but it was not like the Jimi Hendrix Experience at all. It was a really cool album, different vibe.
Okay. Yeah.
It was fun, and I appreciated listening to it. And I want to do the second one down the road, for sure.
Right on. Okay. Well, thank you all, and thank you, Charles. Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.